Surrounded by fallen undead, the party was interrupted by a small voice. A young boy begged for mercy from their terrifying violence. A young boy with terribly molted skin, cracked and dried. A boy with bright eyes and a 4-inch hole in the center of his back. A lost, lonely boy who is just as undead as his mother, his father, and the friends that now lay, beaten and broken, at the party's feet. An undead boy with his soul apparently intact. Take on. The realization of what they'd done ripped through the party and emotions ran high. Despite the horror they'd unknowingly forced him to witness, despite their own pain and confusion, they convinced the young boy to journey with them. Their campsite from the night before was waiting for them, and it took little to ready it for their respite. As they settled, however, the very air around them fell silent, and out of the dark, silent night, an enormous half-orc emerged. He was Creed, the Ironclad, and he had come collecting on behalf of the Salt Blades' leader, Sorna. Though our hero stood their ground against the hulking lieutenant, 2 swings from his mighty maul nearly felled RaRa and Moss. Powerless against his might, Fizzi and Kayth paid him off with gold and gems, which he gladly accepted. Their debt with the Salt Blades had been cleared. Broken and bruised, hurting and raw, our heroes turned on each other, and Kayth left the camp and headed for Tapas. Were Fizzi's entreaties enough to bring Kayth back to their side? Can they mend the fragile friendships and trust that had begun to build with one another? Having been so tested, will they unite or will they crumble? As we are still waiting for Fizzi here, I'm sure he will be here momentarily. What I am going to do is ask how each of you prepare for the night to go to bed. Now, last session, we had finished off with this very large fight between everybody, or disagreement, or whatever you'd like to call it, but essentially it broke the group up. Kayth left and headed towards Tapas. Fizzi chased him down. They had a pretty long conversation about themselves and monsters and what they want to do in the future to get back at the Salt Blades. And eventually Fizzi returned to the camp saying that they would meet Kayth in the morning. As Fizzi left Kayth decided to keep on going, or at least get much further from the camp. Fizzi returned to find RaRa and Moss talking out something just before they were all headed to bed. So, like I said, I'm going to ask each of you how you are preparing to go to bed for tonight and what might be going through your head as you close your eyes to rest. I'll start with Kayth. Kayth, you are much further ahead. You're alone in the forest and needing to find a safe place to rest. Please, tell me what you do and what's going through your head at the moment.
Kayth's gonna look for a tree that he could climb and rest in its branches for the night, or enough to meditate. And he's thinking to himself, what am I doing? What, over and over again, just what am I doing?
Okay. All right. That would be easy enough. You can find a tree, sit up on a branch, find a place to rest, and
4
begin
hours.
to do that. And begin to do that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours with no protection. All right. let's head back to the camp. Let's start with Moss. Moss, how are you preparing for bed, and what's going through your head?
So Moss is going to put on her Scrooge PJs with her little hat.
Okay.
And turn on her super loud, super obnoxious guided meditation because it soothes her. And she's kind of feeling it all, feeling all of the emotions. She's mad at Kayth, but also she already feels his absence, and so she's feeling bad about the stuff she says and her feelings, but she's too proud to admit any of that.
Okay. Yeah, can definitely see that. I really want to get a recording of what that sounds like and play it each time you go to bed. But it'd be
a
like
YouTube video for you. I have it. I've had it since before we even started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to like distort it and play it through here so that like you don't hear every word, but like you know it's happening.
It's super fucking obnoxious.
That's so awesome. Yeah, send message me that. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, Moss, that's some heavy stuff that's happening. RaRa, it is your turn. If you could please tell me how you are preparing for bed and what might be going through your head at the moment.
Well, remember that Moss had to assist RaRa into the tent.
Yes, that happened.
She's in an incredible amount of pain. She went from tee hee ha ha, I almost died from this crossbow, to, oh my God, there's stuff moving inside me and I can feel it. This was a very real, eye-opening experience. She also feels incredibly guilty because this person was able to find them because of her. And the person that she is now thanking might be the first friend she's ever made, almost died because of her.
Yeah, that's certainly deep. RaRa, you will do that. You will settle in for the night and have those thoughts in your head before falling asleep. Sable is at first, nestling up to you, Moss. Can sense that there is something wrong. And sort of will get closer to your head, will nuzzle up to your chin, and then after a little while will sit up and will actually walk over to the tent and will look inside, almost as if to check up on RaRa. You'll see him do that for a moment, and then he will turn around and he will go over to Fizzi and just sort of walk past him, checking in on him, and then will jaunt over, jump up on the log, then jump up on the cart and go all the way to the highest end and will look out towards the forest in the direction that Kayth went. And he will sort of just watch for a little while. Moss, you'll notice that he does this, and he just sits there and watches out to the forest for a while. 5 minutes passes, 10 minutes passes, 15 minutes pass. Do you do anything, Moss?
I don't think he's coming back, buddy.
You will see Sable look back at you, look back towards the forest, and then jump down onto the ground and will slowly make his way over to you, where he will then circle and eventually lay down and nuzzle up close to you. And he will eventually fall asleep with you. Fizzi, if you could please tell me how you go to bed.
Hello.
Hello.
Fizzi.
Is it
Is it you?
You're
I
seeing-
will just
So,
go ahead,
RaRa,
RaRa.
also, Dagon's in there as well, right?
Yes, Dagon. Thank you. Dagon is also in the tent with you. Are you okay, mate? Dagon is in the tent with RaRa, who is, he's not sleeping, but he is, however, laying down. Something that you haven't really seen him do yet. Then again, you did just meet him. But before, he just sort of sat there and didn't do anything. But now he's just laying on the ground, staring at the ceiling of the tent. And through the tent, very faintly, you can see the, shine of the stars as clouds pass them. You can see that sort of shadowed down onto the top of the tent. And he just stares. RaRa, you would notice that before falling asleep. He doesn't close his eyes, just looks up.
Can you listen for Kayth or Moss? I think she's worried about him. If you're not gonna go to sleep.
Sure, yeah, I can, I can do that. And Dagon will, slowly get himself up. He'll peek outside of the tent, look out, and make his way to the edge of the camp and start making circles. We're going to roll a check here for good old Dagon.
He has a +10, right? To everything.
This is his move, Zombie Instinct.
His trait, Zombie Instinct.
Hey, Hunter. Wow, he rolled really well. I won't say it.
That's fine. What were you going to say, Joey?
I was going to tell him that he didn't actually have to go out. Just
Well,
to keep his ears open.
He does.
He's
He goes
already
out
drawing
there
circles.
and he's already drawing circles. He goes out there and he seems to keep a somewhat vigilant eye. Something you can trust in. Fizzi is here!
Yeah! Speak his name and he shall appear the second or third time.
I think I said his name 3 times. I think that's why he's here.
Like Candyman.
Or
And
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yeah, all of those options. So, Fizzi, if you could please, you are headed to bed. I want to know how it is Fizzi gets ready for bed, and what is sort of going through his head as he closes his eyes to rest.
Fizzi, why is nothing working? Fizzi is now a little bit more worried, mostly because of the fight that they almost died. He's really hoping that Kayth doesn't leave overnight. And he's just thinking to himself, like, holy shit, like, it's getting a little real. Hang on, I'm trying to log in.
This is getting a
It's
little
okay.
serious.
It's getting a little serious right now. Like, we almost died. So Fizzi Fizzi's trying to figure some stuff out and how we can better help his friends.
Okay. That makes sense. Then, Fizzi, you will rest your head and begin to fall asleep. So, let us venture over to Kayth, who has found himself a seemingly safe place within a tree to begin his rest, trance, sleep, whatever you'd like to call it. But either way, it begins. Kayth, as you drift off into your trance, your meditation deepens as a dream begins, pulling you into a memory blurred with regret. You stand before the gates of the Empire. The grand city looms behind you, its spires piercing the sky like jagged blades. There are voices, accusations, orders, farewells. But you can't make out the words. All you know is that you are walking away, the weight of countless failures heavy on your back. Each step echoes louder than the last and drowns out the rest of the world until there's only silence. You wander, alone. Forests stretch on endlessly. Mountains loom like sentinels, and empty roads wind into the distance. You're searching for something, though you don't know what. Days blend into weeks as the isolation begins to eat at you. You pass strangers on your journey, but you never stay anywhere long. Your shame drives you onward and convinces you that you don't deserve companionship. The scene begins to shift. Barren landscape is replaced by warmth and laughter. You see them, your new companions. RaRa's bright energy, Moss's fierce determination, Fizzi's relentless creativity. Their presence is strange at first, almost surreal. Yet, somehow, they accept you, scars and all. You feel a flicker of something you thought you'd lost long ago. Hope. But hope has always been fleeting. The world changes again, and you're thrust into a dark, chaotic battlefield. Your friends are fighting, but the odds are overwhelming. RaRa's concerned. Her usual grace falters under the relentless assault. Moss is struggling to shield Fizzi, her strength pushed to its limits as blows rain down. Fizzi desperately tries to fire off a shot, but his tools fail him when he needs them most. You run to them, but your legs are lead. Every step is an eternity, and the more you push forward, the farther they seem. Then, it happens. One by one, they fall. RaRa's laughter is silenced. A dagger pierces her throat and drops the final curtain on her songs. Moss collapses, clutching Sable, and their blood forms a crimson pool around their broken bodies. Fizzi's tools scatter across the ground as his gloved hand goes still. You fall to your knees, powerless. You reach for them, but shadowy tendrils wrap around your arms, holding you back. The whispers return, those haunting accusations.
This is your fault.
You led them to this.
You are the monster.
The whispers become a deafening roar. Darkness closes in, suffocating you and snuffing out every flicker of hope. But then, amidst the despair, something stirs within you. A sharp, clear sensation cuts through the darkness like the edge of a blade. It comes from deep inside, a well of power you didn't know existed. The shadowy tendrils dissolve as you feel a lightness in your limbs. A shimmering blade appears in your hand, its shape shifting as if born from your will. With a single movement, you rise. The battlefield shifts again. This time, you see them. Your friends, standing alive. RaRa's eyes shine with determination. Moss is at her full strength with Sable by her side, and Fizzi's inventions hum with potential. You step forward, the blade in your hand, guiding you with its reassuring presence. For the first time in what feels like forever, you feel capable. As you awaken, the sensation of the blade... as you awaken from your trance, the sensation of the blade lingers. Its presence a whisper in your mind, reminding you that perhaps this time you can protect what matters. A tiny light in the pit of darkness. A blade to cut away the monster. So Kayth, that is you as you awaken. We're going to back up a little bit in time. As Moss, you close your eyes and begin to dream. Moss, you find yourself standing alone in a vast, untouched forest. The trees tower impossibly high, their branches tangled with silvery webs of starlight. The air hums softly. As the forest breathes, there's a pull in your chest, a yearning to reach out and connect. Your hands tremble as you reach for the nearest tree. You will its essence to flow into you, to embrace you as part of this grand living world. Your fingers brush the bark, and it cracks beneath your touch. The leaves above curl and blacken around you. Animals dart away, their cries sharp and accusing. The forest begins to resist. It becomes distant, closed off, rejecting you. Whispers rise with the wind, sharp and cold. At first, they're faint, but soon they deafen and surround you.
You don't belong here!
You're too wild!
You'll never be enough.
You fall to your knees, clutching your head, the weight of failure pressing down on you. The voices ring out in your mind and batter you with their disdain and disgust. You claw at your ears, desperate to shut out the echoing of your own rage and pain, and then... silence. The wind stills, and you feel a presence behind you. Turning, you see them. RaRa, Fizzi, Kayth. They're ensconced in a pale, serene light, ethereal in this world where they don't quite belong, but they stand firm. Their eyes warm, gentle, and steady. RaRa hums a quiet, soothing melody, and the harshness of the forest softens. Fizzi holds out a tiny mechanical bird. Its whirring clicks blend seamlessly with the sound of nature. Kayth doesn't speak, but he gestures to a path hidden among the trees, and his message is clear. This way. Hesitant, you take their hands. As their touch steadies you, the forest changes. The trees glow faintly, and their branches lift in welcome. Animals step cautiously from the shadows, their eyes curious, not afraid. For the first time, the forest doesn't feel hostile. It feels benevolent and tender, safe. Suddenly, the ground beneath you twists and shifts. The grass wraps around your legs, twisting into binding, jagged vines. Shadows creep along your arms and torso, and the whispers come again.
It's because you're an elf.
You will be their downfall.
You're too naive.
You scream as the power of their words crushes you. You feel your heart split and crack as agony and fear rip through your chest. But something stirs deep within you. It's warm, now hot, wild and untamed, a spark of defiance. The shadows bear down, but you clench your fists and they slowly dissolve into tiny sparks of light. The vines fall away as a low, guttural roar escapes your lips, primal and raw. You look down at your arms and see something extraordinary. Gleaming forms of animals? Wolves, bears, birds ripple beneath your skin as though their spirits are part of you. You don't need to force anything this time. You let the energy flow slowly, naturally. One by one, the glowing animals rise from you and step into the forest. They don't leave you. They become part of the world around you. The hum of life grows louder, richer. You call out, and the forest answers. It recognizes you. The whispers of doubt fade, replaced by softer, encouraging voices.
You just need a spark.
One step at a time.
Untamed hearts grow even in the shade.
You feel your heartbeat sync with the pulse of the earth itself. You're not perfect, and you still carry uncertainty in your heart. But there's something else, too. A lightness in your chest that eases the burden. A spark of hope. Moss, as you awaken, that warmth lingers. A quiet reminder of the untamed strength that lies within you. Moss, as you awaken for the day, you actually awaken to the sound of RaRa beginning her morning stretches as usual. But of course they seem a little out of place. RaRa, if you could please describe your first stretch and what it sounds like.
Oh, well, drags her bedroll out by the fire at first light. Start off with a simple toe touch. Just limber up, your back and core. As she reaches down towards her toes, it's everything she can do not to scream out and wake up everyone in camp.
You do your best, but they do begin to stir and wake up. But as they do, RaRa, as you drop into your first pose, pain rips through your injured ribs. Visions of your past flood your mind. And you're 10 years old again at the West Craven Academy. You see yourself trembling as you struggle to balance an arabesque. Master Aragel's sharp voice slices through the air.
You will hold that position, or will this be another day of failure, Miss Chiro?
His scowl deepens as he exchanges a glance with the half-orc headmistress, Obigel, as she watches on with barely veiled disinterest. Your legs shake under the strain, as every muscle screams for relief. Sweat drips down your face, stinging your eyes, but you don't dare falter. Tears threaten to spill, but you know better. Tears only invite sharper scorn. The room is suffocating in silence, save for the sound of your ragged breathing. Finally, his hands clap together, the echoing sound of his judgment.
Pathetic. You'll never be great if this is your best.
The memory dissolves as you blink back to the present, clutching your ribs and wincing against the pain. If you could please, Joey, make a Constitution saving throw.
Death.
Oh, good.
Death.
You clutch your ribs and begin to wince out loud. And this definitely wakes up Fizzi and Moss at this point, as you can just no longer sort of stand the pain. But you again begin to go into your next pose, fighting through the pain, receiving a level of exhaustion. You drop into a split. Easy enough. As you reach for the toes on your right foot, agonizing pain shoots through your body and more memories overtake you. You're 12 now, as the Academy's courtyard comes into focus and the sound of cruel laughter fills your ears. A group of children surround you, their eyes glinting with mockery.
She's not cursed. She's just bad luck.
One sneers and hurls a pebble that bounces off your shoulder. Another girl steps closer, grabbing your ear and twisting it sharply. You cry out with pain.
Maybe if you sing loud enough, your dad will come back.
Another jeers, sparking an eruption of laughter. Your cheeks burn with humiliation as their taunting voices shift into a cruel chant.
RaRa's dad is a mutton head. RaRa's dad is a mutton head.
The words slice deep but you clench your fists and bite your lip to hold back the scream that claws at your throat. Unbidden, but welcome as a soft melody stirs in your mind. A fragile but comforting shield against the storm of cruelty. "Leave me alone!" you finally shout, your voice cracking, but their laughter only grows louder. Their jeering follows you as you flee, turning your back on them to hide your tear-blurred eyes. The sting of their words lingers, even now. It stabs at your heart as you push yourself deeper into the stretch. If you could please make a athletics check.
That's a 7.
RaRa, the ache in your body just begins to echo of that long buried pain, and you fall out of your stretch and you begin to fight against it. And one more time, try to finish your morning stretches, as you have now gained another level of exhaustion.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah.
As you arch backwards into your final stretch, your breathing hitches and pain explodes through your body. You're 14, performing at one of your mother's dinner parties for the socialites of Marnham. You see the wide, excited smile on your face as you curtsy before a room full of guests. Their soft applause fills your heart with pride. And when you glance at your father, seated in his wheelchair, you see him, smiling too. It warms you in a way you haven't felt in a long time. "Come along, RaRa," Joelle Chiro says, her tone clipped but calm. You follow her out of the hall, eager to share your joy. Did you want to read that?
Let me get involved. Do you see, Mother? Father was...
Before you can finish, a sharp slap stings your cheek and leaves your ears ringing. You feel the warm drip of blood down your face where her ring connected. "How dare you embarrass me like that, you little monster!" Your mother's words cut deeper than the slap. "Did you think your missteps would go unnoticed?" She looms over you, tall and dark, her eyes aflame with fury. Tears prick your eyes, but you don't dare let them fall. You can barely breathe, let alone speak. "Stop crying!" she snaps, her voice ice cold. "Do you think the world will pity you because you're cursed? No one cares. They only care if you're perfect. If you can't do that, you're worthless." The tears you've been holding back are swallowed down, and your gaze drops to the floor, unable to meet her glare. Joelle strides past you, and her silence cuts the deepest still. The heavy oak doors close behind her, and you're alone in the corridor, heart heavy and cheeks burning. Her voice echoes now as you sit on the ground, the stretch forgotten. Worthless. If you could please make a wisdom saving throw.
14.
RaRa, as emotionally damaging as that flashback was, just as you did then, you take it and swallow back the tears. But you are left sitting on the ground in pain. Fizzi and Moss, you notice RaRa just sitting on the ground, looking, well, hurt. You do not gain another level of exhaustion. But you guys notice as she is sitting in quite some pain.
Are we allowed to do things, or is there more?
No, you are good. Here,
Can we go back in time?
That's what
Can
I'm
we go-
trying to. That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
say. Yeah, yeah.
Before we break timeline continuity, do we go back in time to where Kayth is?
When you wake up,
Because I might go back to camp or not. Right.
I would
like,
say
I'm-
that you are far away. But if there was a chance that you returned to camp, you would probably return at the end of this, if that was your choice. So we will go back to Kayth, who is just waking up from the dream that you just had.
What are you doing? First thing happens and you run again. And he'll just think once again, what are you doing? And he'll sort of turn back towards the camp and sort of just like full on dash.
My God. It's one of those moments, Kate's like, I must return.
As he's running.
What's
As
that?
he's running,
What's the
he's
old? What's the
gonna-
old Viner reel where the guy's like doing this?
Yeah.
That's
As he's
Kate
running
through the
like
forest.
through the forest, he'll look down at his hands for a second and he'll try to tug on that will and bring that dagger that he saw in his dream. Because he saw that feeling was still lingering, right?
Yes, as you.
So he's
woke
gonna
up.
try to like dig deep towards that will that he felt that power come from, and he's gonna try to recreate what he saw in the dream.
While you're running.
Yeah.
Case running. He's thinking. And while you're running, you notice your arm. I have to imagine. Does Kayth run like this? How does Kayth run? This is an important question.
I mean, Naruto runs 100%.
You know, I hope not.
No, he runs with like one dagger out, like downwards, like holding backwards, and he sort of just, I don't know. I guess he runs regularly. I
That's the
don't know.
question. Are your arms up here? Or are they down here? That's the
I
question.
feel like there'd be more down, closer
Okay.
to the daggers to be able to pull up.
So you're running, your arms are down there, you're flowing, you're rushing back, you're feeling, why did I run? And there's this like emotion just in your head. And
And he'll
before
think
you
to
even
himself,
notice, go ahead.
he'll think to himself, they need me.
You're running, you're thinking that, and without even knowing, you look down and you see this purple white sort of stringy smoke around your arms and hands. And you see that. And for some reason, you instinctively clasp your hands into fists like you're holding something. And two purple psionic energy daggers will appear as you're running. And it stops you. And just as fast as they came up, as you took a second to look, they go away.
And he'll look down curiously and try to do it again. Go, bird, fly! Up and away, bird!
Oh my god. You grasp your hands again like you're holding on to daggers, and they will appear again. And they're there for just a few seconds, and they will go away.
And I'll try to throw one at a tree.
Please roll an attack.
14.
Yeah, that'll hit a tree.
Psych-
You'll watch as the dagger flies through the air, and it will not puncture the tree. You will see it go through the tree, leaving no mark or any residue that it was there. But it will hit. You can feel that it hits.
Huh. By the gods. I know that they existed at some point. I assume the saying sort of still says, unless there's another saying.
By the unknown gods.
By the forgotten ones.
Probably not like that.
It's canon now.
That happens, Kayth.
And then he'll sort of think back to the dream. I've been looking for a purpose. And he'll continue to run back towards the camp. And sort of while he's running, he'll take like opportunity to like, you know, jump over a log, throw a psychic dagger, you know, do a little like feeling them out, sort of seeing, you know,
Sure.
the extent that he can do with them.
Sure. You're running back. That'll bring us to the point where Moss and Fizzi see RaRa just hit the ground and sit there and looks very hurt. So Fizzi and Moss, is there anything you do?
She's on her knees on the bedroll. Her fists are like clenched, and she's just pushing them into her thighs. I'm not.
You whisper.
What's wrong, RaRa?
Yeah.
Fizzi will walk up next to you. You okay?
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake anybody up.
Moss
Oh, no,
is
sorry.
Moss is gonna walk up and stick her hand down to RaRa to help her up.
You see the tears swell up again in the corner of her eyes. She looks at your hand for a minute, and then she'll reach up and take it.
And she'll help her up and won't say anything, but she'll start doing the stretches and look back and wait for her to start doing them with her.
When you turn around to look back, RaRa just hugs you.
I hug her back. Well, we're not done.
Yeah. I might need to take it slow.
That's okay. I'm bad at this. And then Moss will start doing the world's worst morning stretches.
Fizzi is gonna try to copy you and somehow make them worse.
Oh, I'm not the worst anymore.
It's because he's paying attention to you. So like he's like trying to learn, like he's like telephone where it's like it's like
RaRa, these really help you out.
Good to stay limber, Fizzi.
Kayth, you will arrive just at the edge of the camp where you haven't been noticed yet. But you see RaRa, Moss, Fizzi, and RaRa, Moss, and Fizzi doing stretches, along with a little sable next to them
Mhm.
doing the stretches. And
You
you'll
can tell RaRa's really having a time of it, and she's still the best of all.
You sit and sort of watch for a moment. when you hear a rustling of a bush beside you. You look, and you see Dagon. Oh. Hey.
Hello, Dagon.
Guess you're back.
I am. Is that going to be a problem?
Dagon will turn, start walking towards the camp. RaRa! Kayth is here! And he'll just walk back to the camp and, like, just points.
Well. So,
Kayth, that'll happen, and I
He
assume they all look
stands up
over
out of
there.
his crouch.
I mean, we
position.
can see where Dagon came out, but I'm sure like even so, Kayth is...
There was nothing. You look over there where he said that from. There was nothing, and then
Yeah.
Kayth pokes his head out.
RaRa, Fizzi, and Moss. You guys see Kayth as he starts walking towards the camp.
Kayth, you gotta. It's good to be limber.
Does Kayth look any different than he did last night?
That is a great question. You're a good amount of feet away, but as you get closer, guys, you'll notice that. Did Kayth get older? He's got a couple more white strings of hair. Not like little white hairs, like streaks of white. More streaks of white in his hair as he comes back. And I don't know, as he gets closer, there's sort of this like mothball smell.
Just get out of here. Just fuck off. It's not canon.
Everybody smell
No,
Bengay.
no mothball smell. No, but you notice the white streaks, and yeah.
I already did my stretches. But I think that we should all talk at some point.
Okay.
Oh, we got a whole day ahead of us.
And
Thought we were picking you up in the morning.
It is the morning.
Yeah, technically.
I felt like I was needed here. So
Oh, it's good to have you back.
did anyone else have a weird dream? I can my hair, I feel, do I look different?
Yep, that's real.
minute.
That's not a dream. Moss is
And then
gonna
I'll-
reach up and pluck one of those gray hairs out, and
It's
just
not gray.
one
white.
of those white hairs out, and
And then he'll put his hands forward like this. I'm a weapon now, and then he'll just bring two daggers of he'll do the thing. He'll like collapse the energy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Can anybody else do that now?
Moss is gonna put her hands out and no, I
Oh,
I can't do that.
Moss,
Well-
you will notice though that as you nothing's happening. You look at your forearms, and you have like new tattoos that go from like the inside of the elbow all the way to your wrist on both arms, and it's like this large collage of different animals. However, it's not like a black tattoo, very pertinent, blah blah. It's like it's like the color of your skin, but just slightly different that you can see it. almost like a burning or like almost like a scar,
Branding.
like a scar almost. And it's from your elbows, inside of your elbows, all the way to your wrist. And you would only notice them by being like, "Holy shit!"
Holy shit, guys! I squeezed like Kayth said, and he's right. He's right. RaRa, squeeze.
So you had a weird dream last night. Is that
Fizzi's
So you-
gonna try it.
so? You did have a weird dream last night, Moss, or didn't?
I always dream. I don't think it's weird.
I never really dream. Weird for me to. I mean, I recently, sometimes I have nightmares, many nights, but this was not a nightmare. This was something different.
It was, more of the same for me. Just more pain today.
I always dream. I didn't have great dreams, but
Well,
I have these now from squeezing.
You guys will see her arms have these things on them now.
well,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and those came to you last night.
Well, it came to be now when I did the thing that you just did.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like something inside of you that you like tugged on? Because that's what I did.
No. Are you okay?
I'll sort of make the fog sort of mist coalesce without pulling it into daggers, and sort of walk up to Moss. Does it do anything when I come like closer to her?
One more time.
So you said like when I was first making my daggers, there was like the mist form. I'll just describe because I'm just trying to like flavor this mechanic to make sense in the story. But what I'm gonna do is the mist is like before I coalesce it into daggers. That's sort of like energy stuff. I'm gonna like touch Moss with it and connect with her. And see if that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
If it like reacts, like which I assume it would.
Make an Arcana check. You'll notice Kayth walks up to you, and he's like weird at first, but he's reaching out, and then you watch as this energy begins to sort of tendril around his wrists and out of his fingertips towards you. And I don't want to say you feel tingly, but the hairs on your arms kind of stand up. And Kayth, you'll sort of notice that it feels like you've connected, but your other hand is looking for a connection.
Well, RaRa is the closest, so like
Moss
gesture
kind
it
of looks
towards
at RaRa
RaRa.
and she's like, what the fuck is he doing?
You reach
I'll
out towards RaRa.
Yeah, and try to
And
make
I-
a connection from where I am.
You'll notice again the tendrils seep out to RaRa. Very faint. And
Does this look
RaRa,
like any magic that I would have seen? Or, any sort of illusion?
It looks like magic. Whether it's illusion or not, you are unsure. As it gets near you, all the hair on your body starts to stand up a little bit. Until eventually it touches. Kayth, you feel connected. You two feel electrically charged. Like static.
Mhm.
And Kayth will start thinking, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that did.
You guys hear that in your head.
Moss, let's go immediately. What?
Do I hear what in my head as well as in real life?
May you say that out loud or in your head?
I said it out loud, but I
You
let
heard
go.
it. You heard it in your ears. But I mean, you saw her say it.
What happened?
I didn't see your mouth. Do that again?
Do what?
You said,
RaRa, what's going through
what's
your head right
going
now?
on here?
RaRa's thinking that Kayth told Moss that he doesn't know anything about magic.
You guys hear the sort of RaRa, what am I trying to say? Repeating that in her head. But like in a RaRa in a Kayth voice, what Kayth said to Moss.
Moss isn't looking
I heard that.
at
What
RaRa.
was that?
So she's like, exactly. You did say you didn't know anything about magic.
I don't. Well, I know this, and I do the mage hand, but you already knew that. So
RaRa, do you think another thing?
this isn't magic.
My God, I need some water. My ribs really fucking hurt.
And I will try to talk to Moss through my head.
You guys hear, oh my God, I really need some water right now. My ribs hurt.
RaRa, there's some water over there. Just go get it.
You didn't say that out loud.
I didn't say that out loud, Moss. How did you know?
What?
Okay, now Kayth will say to RaRa in his head, try to reach out and be like, this isn't any magic that I've witnessed before.
Fizzi, you're just like, what's going on?
I should roll this d6.
RaRa, you hear that? Kayth's mouth not moving. And Moss, you hear that.
In my head,
Yeah.
in Moss's head, she's going to go, I'm feeling a little violated right now.
And
Can they hear everything I'm saying?
the two of you hear that.
Yes.
Yes? Out loud.
And eventually,
so I'm going to try to think to myself and not use the power. Can I keep my thoughts private?
RaRa is just repeating, no bad thoughts, no bad thoughts, no bad thoughts, no bad thoughts.
Because technically the ability is just you speak telepathy with them. You can just
right. So at the moment, you guys don't know that you can control
I assume since it's the beginning of the ability,
Yes, but Kayth, if you try to focus on thinking about something that they can't hear it.
I think, and I'll try to. Kayth will explain this to them. You can think to yourself, but I think we can communicate through whatever power I'm manifesting. Try.
You hear RaRa going, no bad thoughts, no bad thoughts, no bad.
I can hear that.
But then it slowly goes away.
I can't hear it anymore.
I don't like your new white hair. I don't like your new white hair.
Why don't you like it?
And it just keeps going until you can't hear it.
Well, do you have
Fizzi?
Have
These
I seen
guys are
RaRa
just
do message before?
Can I just talk to Moss? Can I just talk to Moss? Can I just talk to Moss? Can I just talk to Moss?
Moss, you hear RaRa in your head. Fizzi, these guys are just, they're all doing this, looking at each other. And
You're gonna make breakfast.
What the?
Dude, I
Dude,
think it's
and Sable's with you, Fizzi, also looking at them like, what? And like, look, he'll look up at you, Fizzi, like.
I'll look down and be like, all right, let's go get breakfast.
So I think it's a
and
he'll
follow with you to start making breakfast. He's very annoying about it. He doesn't you like grab that and he'll grab something, but then grab another thing that you didn't ask for. But eventually you'll get all the stuff you need.
I'll have to spend some more time with it, but don't know how I can do. I don't know how I can do these things.
Boundaries.
I
Yeah, it seems like pretty powerful magic.
You're
it's-
not allowed to do that to us without telling us first.
Of course,
Pinky promise.
I
Peeing is gonna hurt.
Moss grabs the pinky and gives her hand a little kiss and then walks away. I don't like that new thing as much.
think it could be incredibly useful. Just think about RaRa on the sky. We can talk to her.
Oh, that is actually pretty cool.
I don't know how far away I can communicate though. So
You want me
Might
to
be-
run over there?
sure.
I start running. Can
How
you still
far?
hear me?
I keep trying to like say, "Can you hear me?"
I would go
Can you hear me
5
now?
feet per. Yeah,
Can you
like the
hear me now?
Verizon commercials. Every 5 feet.
Oh yeah, I mean you'll get to like 100 feet and you can still hear him. Do you want to keep going?
Can I come back now? It's still working.
You could just do it.
I did it out loud.
I mean, I guess I don't know how. Maybe if I focus on it a little bit more, I can.
It works pretty far. Now turn it off. I want to see if my thoughts are safe.
I don't turn it off, and I don't tell her.
That hair has gotta go. We need some hair dye or something.
But you know that you can think to yourself now, so he doesn't hear it.
Going back to my pee spot. He turned it off so I can just think out loud.
Again, you know, unless you don't, like it's up to you at that point.
Is this out of game? Is this always happening, or does he have to cast it? or-
It's not a spell. It's an ability. It's not magic. So I roll a die, and then equal to the result. That's how many hours we get this for, and it goes out of game. It goes up to a mile.
Damn, I would have been running for a long time.
Currently, he can only do up to 2 other creatures, but as he levels up, it can go up to more creatures. Or no, it's not level up. It's
Proficiency.
proficiency bonus. So whatever his
Modifier.
proficiency bonus is, that's how many up to. So your guys' next proficiency uppage, all of you can use it at the same time. But by the time you guys are done doing that, Fizzi has made breakfast for you all. Fizzi, please, what have you made for everyone?
Eggs, some bacon, a little bit of toast. I don't know what else does Sable get me.
Oh, melons, seeds, butter, bok choy,
Bok choy! Rest cakes!
I cut up a melon cut it in half for RaRa.
Oh, there you go. You do that. Fizzi has prepared for you all breakfast. Breakfast.
RaRa comes back and sits down on the log next to Moss. You guys couldn't hear me pee, right?
I did.
Oh no. I hate this new thing.
I heard your pee because I have
Oh, yeah.
giant ears.
I heard it because I was walking back
And
from
you're
across
kind of
the field.
A loud peer.
Cannon.
You're lying.
RaRa shoots
You're-
like a cannon.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
I'm not.
Ew.
Kayth? Free?
That's disgusting.
So I guess we're all sitting and eating.
You are all sitting and eating and enjoying your breakfast. And once you guys are done eating your breakfast, you will begin to gather up your things and start the journey back to Tapas. At least that's what will happen after we take this break. All right,
Break!
everybody, please. Take your peas, take your poops, get your drinks, get your snacks, get all the stuff you need. We will be back in about 5-ish to 10-ish minutes, if not, whatever, or sooner, whatever. We'll be back, I promise. Don't leave. Oh my God.
Or not.
But we will be back in just a few moments, and we will continue this adventure. So please, do not run away.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, aka Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, the Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew, be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
So dipshits, mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of older and dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black! On my stand! Fade to black!
And we're back. Hi guys, what is up? We are back to get into this action. But before we do that, a word from our Joey.
Little muley.
If you could, please, Joey.
Little muley. Little muley.
Said you want to fuck on me? I said, no.
I'm just waiting for the bus.
This isn't words at all.
They are all words. Don't deny me.
You're right. If you could, please.
All right, guys. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, especially that last little bit of shenanigans, join us here on Twitch every week. We play live at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, if David can make it.
Got him.
You can also sub here to help support the channel, help us create better content, and watch the VODs to catch up to live if you haven't caught up. If you don't want to do that, we do post them on YouTube on Saturdays. That's where we post all our other content as well. So we have podcasts over there. We do a lot of funny hee-hee-ha-has. So if you want to check that out, follow us on YouTube, ring the bell. You'll get notifications every time we post content.
Ring my bell.
Exactly. And finally, if you want the content to get better, we do have a Patreon. You can support us there as low as $5 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee at your favorite coffee place every month. Helps us make it better. Come to shows, see you, maybe do a live play in your town. Whoa, wouldn't that be crazy? Be sure to share. It's the best way to beat the algorithm. Get us out there and help us grow. Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody, let's get right back into this action-packed morning of putting things on a cart and walking back to town. So let's go ahead and do that now. So you guys are packing up things. You're getting the campsite together. Rolling up the tent, getting the tinder boxes, all that good stuff back up onto the cart. I assume someone is getting muley ready. And such like that. Is there anything else for this morning or anything you are doing specifically that you would like to say before heading out for tapas?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk.
You can do that actually, on the road.
Before we get to that, RaRa wanted to approach you while we're packing up.
So while the packing,
JoJo meme.
Are you approaching me? While the packing up is happening, RaRa and Kayth meet up to talk. Fizzi and Moss, what are you guys doing to get everything packed up?
I'm gonna get little muley situated, give him some food, and start packing up the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start right on the cart. Fizzi's gonna start right on the cart.
Okay. Kayth and RaRa, please, if you could.
So he's rolling up his tent or something because none of us know how to do that. RaRa would just come up and be, hey.
So you have to fold it over this way diagonally first, and then the other diagonal, and then it sort of folds up like a trapezoid into the box.
Can we talk in private?
Sure.
RaRa will walk over to a clump of trees.
We can just talk, me and you, up here.
I thought you stopped that.
Yes. David's dying.
Well, if you can hear me, I'm going to make sure that I can broadcast this then. Am I really about to open up and bare my soul to this man if he didn't even turn off the brain reading?
It's off.
So, how far did you get?
Well, I sort of walked and ran back, so probably 5-6 hours walk, maybe 7.
I guess you've been right about everything.
Not about everything, RaRa. It was so close. I'm so sorry. It's so close. They're biting me.
I don't know anything. And you were right about that. Stupid RaRa with her stupid house politics and dance school bullshit.
Small parts of what you can do, and if that came by your training, then it wasn't for nothing. But the look I get, the kind of look I get when I walk into a town, the look of someone who's seen a monster, something that I can put my whole strength towards helping and giving back. And I think you guys might be the start of that.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how things work out here. But I do know that I don't want to live like you, Kayth. I don't want to spend my entire life looking over my shoulder. I want to be able to tell people my name and not have them come up and try to kill me in the night.
I'm done looking over my shoulder. It doesn't mean we don't have to be careful, but I don't want to look over my shoulder anymore. And I don't think we'll have to. Not like I am. You'll be able to tell your name. We'll just have to get strong enough where it doesn't matter who knows our name. RaRa.
I don't think I want to. I mean, hurting people is in the adventuring line of work, but I don't think I want to kill people. I don't think Moss wants to kill people. And I know, like, you've been around for a while and you fought in wars, and
I understand.
and it's going to be hard. Just
Okay.
Can you try to meet us halfway?
I'll do what I need to do to keep you safe and to keep Moss safe. And you two are going to have to trust my judgment when it comes to when I choose to do that. But I don't expect you two to kill at all. You are still innocent when it comes to this world.
Yeah.
And that's good. That means that you and Moss, I can protect that. I can show you at least what I know. And you can show me what you know. Show me how to, take a chance on something that might not be the regular sort, like him, and I'll nod back to Dagon. The smart thing to do would be to cut his throat and leave him here. Because he's undead. Like, I wouldn't have given it a second thought if he was there while we were fighting the undead. But that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with. But we will need to kill, and we will have our lives threatened that way, and I'm not going to apologize for the choices I make. But I will work as a team.
RaRa will extend her hand for a handshake.
Kayth will grab it, and he will pull himself in and give her a hug.
Ow! 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 Still. Thanks. Sort of hug him back.
Okay. You guys sort of, end your conversation. And while there's packing up and stuff, Moss, you're getting Muley ready, and Fizzi, you're backing stuff up onto the cart and such. Dagon's helping you, Fizzi. You point something out. You pick something up, put it on there. Moss, you're feeding Muley. You and Sable just hanging out.
I'm talking to Sable. I'm like, and you should have seen it, Sable. I put my arms out and then just thunder wave. I did it. And then I hit also Kayth, and I think I also made RaRa deaf. But it was incredible.
It was pretty cool.
You're not there.
And then I hand Muley a piece of the melon in my hand. And then I saw Kayth go down, and then I the whole world went a little I don't remember much. But it was so cool. And look, I got these. This is cool. I squeezed, and it happened. I hand Muley a little bit more, and then I keep talking. Do you think that they're anywhere else? I haven't checked my whole body yet.
Is Muley talking to her right now? What's happened?
Should I check my whole body for more of these? Do you like them at least? Can you wait? I'm talking to Sable.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. I look at Muley. I look at Sable. I look at my arms.
More.
I hand him a piece of melon.
Thanks.
Fizzi?
He's looking at you now. He's never really made eye contact with anybody, but he's like,
it's gonna be really sad when Muley dies now.
Can you come here?
Fizzi will walk over.
I
see
hand
Muley
him a
look at
piece
you.
of melon.
Thanks.
Moss,
You
you
hear
hear that. Fizzi, you don't hear that.
Hear what?
I understand
Fizzi's just
him.
not hearing anything tonight. People talking to each other.
You can talk a little Muley.
He wants melon.
Fizzi looks at the melon.
He didn't say anything to you.
No, wait, what? You said Fizzi looks at the melon. Is that what you said?
Hands him the melon.
Oh, hands him a melon. That's my bad. He. Thanks.
He said thank you.
Yeah, no problem, little muley.
Do you understand me?
Looks at you. Yeah.
Oh my god. I just run. RaRa!
You guys are like ending your conversation.
RaRa!
This is Moss.
We're mid-hug.
Yeah, Rara's like, what's going on?
I tear them apart. I tear them apart. You have to come see this. Come here. Come look at this. And I just start dragging her back to little Muley.
I follow.
Hand little Muley this melon.
Hey.
But a piece. I think we're running low on melons.
Luckily, we're going today. Hands the melon out.
Thanks.
He said thank you.
Getting kind of full.
He's getting kind of full. He's getting kind of full.
Wait. How do you know?
Wait, why do you keep eating them then? Don't eat them.
Moss,
You
how
can
do you know?
Please him.
Because it would be rude.
He said if that he
rules and
if-
all.
hospitality rules. He's talking about the hospitality rules.
I grabbed Moss by the arms. We're like jumping up and down.
Oh, forgotten ones.
Little Muley knows the hospitality rules.
You can talk to animals now.
You can talk to animals, and Little Muley knows the hospitality rules.
Oh my god. I look around for another. Is there like a squirrel around the campsite or like some birds in the trees? Or
Yeah, you see like a little squirrel picks up some of the seeds from like some of the things that have been You guys are yelling the squirrel.
Tell him it's
Hello?
okay.
You say hello?
Yeah. Yeah, that one didn't want to talk.
Yeah, maybe you need to know him for a little bit first.
Yeah.
Okay. This is cool. This is great.
You see
Yeah.
you see a and a bird comes down and lands on the cart.
No, don't take our shit.
Hey, it's just laying here.
Oh, I can hear him too.
Flies off.
Wow.
This is awesome.
I'm a powerful
Fizzi, can
druid.
you talk to anyone new?
You say I'm a powerful druid, and Muley goes, a druid?
What?
You said you're a druid?
Yeah.
I knew a druid.
And
Rara's looking at Muley, making eye contact with Moss.
He was pretty cool.
I'm pretty cool.
Yeah, but he was cool.
Oh, what happened to him?
Well,
He knew a druid too.
well, I was
Oh, cool.
What did he
I
look
was
like?
just I was just a kid. I was about 3,000 moons younger, something like that.
What?
a lot of
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
He said he was 3,000 moons years old.
I saw this guy
Uh-huh.
came out of a tree.
Uh-huh.
Came out of a
The-
tree.
The guy came out of the
He
tree.
did. He was holding a staff.
A guy came out of the tree holding a staff.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
And,
What did he look like?
And you
Moss, what's up? Tell him what, ask him what he looked like. I'm writing this down. I can only hear one side of the conversation. So
He came out of the tree.
He came out of the tree. We got that already.
Yeah.
What'd he look like?
Well, he was kind of blue,
He was blue
and furry.
and furry.
I'm furry.
He kind of looked like a cow.
He looked
I don't
like
look like a cow.
No, wait, not a cow. He had a weird nose,
He
Like
had
a
a weird nose.
and like it was weird because his hair was nice.
His hair was nice. Okay, we're taking a while to kind of get through the story. Can we fast forward a little bit?
I'm going as
Moss,
Got
Moss,
it.
Moss.
Yeah.
fast as I can.
Ask him if it was a bat person.
Was it a
It-
bat person? He said it looked like a
Like
cow.
me. Did they
Like-
look like me?
Did they look like RaRa?
They
No.
I wave at little muley.
I
No.
opened my book
Oh.
to pretty far back to a sketch of a furbolg.
He looked like that.
You see Muley get a little close to it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Don't-
it looks like him.
Oh, I thought he was gonna bite it.
I almost did.
He almost did. Okay, well, why
Kayth
was
goes
this druid
stark.
cool?
What?
Why was the druid cool? What'd he do? Was he super powerful?
Oh, he just came through a tree.
He came through a tree. Okay. Well, that is pretty cool. Are you ready to go? How old are you? I just keep going back to the moons part.
3,000 moons. Is that full moons or?
It seems as though he isn't talking anymore.
Oh.
Or maybe you've lost the connection.
Honestly, I don't hate it. He talked really slow. I'm excited for that. But
no,
I-
okay.
Now
It's okay.
you're like saying that about him, and he's like,
Man,
like,
if
I
we
can still
come across
hear
any,
you. You
if
can't
we
hear
come
me.
across any more, if we come across any more rats, we're gonna be ready for them this time.
Oh no, we know.
You're gonna go in. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna be like, "Hey, rats, get out of here!
Get
You're
outta
being
here."
evicted."
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, this lore keeper's on it tonight.
All right, are we ready to move? I want to really get home.
I think
I could use a soak at the bathhouse.
You guys will.
you can't talk to Muley more about the furbolg.
I can't hear him anymore. He's just making a.
All right.
But also, the conversation will take a really long time, and I just want to start moving. I think.
Towards the owl bear.
I'm sure you'll be able to talk to him again. Oh, can we not do that right now?
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
RaRa's got these dark circles around her eyes. She looks like she
That's
needs to
that's-
sleep.
That's just charcoal. I did it last night when I was talking to
Oh.
Dagon.
It's just charcoal. Never mind. So you don't need to sleep in your own bed.
Well, I mean, my ribs still really hurt, but yeah, this is. And she like will smear it away.
There's dark circles underneath that.
Oh,
All
yeah, they're
right.
definitely different.
All right, you guys are gathering up. Dagon and Fizzi have packed up the cart, and the rest of you have gathered the other things around the camp, put them up there, and you guys are headed back to Tapas. I just need who is leading Muley. Is
Me.
it Moss again? Okay. Moss, if you could please a survival check.
Now I'm just talking to this guy. I know I
I'm
can't
gonna
be
hear him,
doing,
but
like,
I
a
know
little
he
bit
can
of
hear
a-
me.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a perimeter around the cart while we're moving to make sure we're not.
12.
Back cart with Dagon.
Plus.
12 is good enough as you are going through familiar territory back towards where you already were. So you guys will start making your way back to Tapas as each of you are finding yourselves to rest a little bit more here in the cart. Maybe a little bit of small chit chat, things like that. Dagon sits near the front of the cart, just behind Muley, just watching, looking forward as Moss is leading Muley. What are the rest of you doing? Fizzi, Kayth, and RaRa in the back of the cart.
Hey, go ahead,
Fizzi.
David.
Sorry, RaRa.
No, go ahead.
So Fizzi, when he's back there, he takes out like a pen, not a pen, a piece of paper and like a pencil or like an inkwell, and he's sketching something.
Okay. You guys see Fizzi is sort of hard at work, sort of making something. He's got this large pieces of paper, sort of designing something. It seems like.
What are you doing, Fizzi? Drawing?
Yeah, in a sense.
What?
I'll show you when I'm done.
Oh, okay. Dagon. How are you doing? Okay.
Turns around. Yeah.
What's your do you want to talk, or you don't have to? I was just curious what your village was like, because seeing as it was so long ago, probably pretty different from where we're from.
It was nice. I don't know if I'm really ready to talk or reminisce about it yet. I don't really know. I mean, I've only been, I don't know.
I'll sort of scoot over next to him.
I think I just sort of need some time to, I don't know, take it all in.
That makes sense. I can't even begin to imagine what you're going through right now. It's got to be crazy. Just
Where are we going? As he sort of shouts out to the group.
pretty sure we're going to a town that didn't exist when your town existed.
We're going to a town?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I've never been to a town.
Well, you lived in a village.
Yeah, I lived in a village. It's,
Town is just a bigger village.
No, I know that. I mean, there was talks of like castles and things, but we'd never been to one.
But this is more of you'll get a better idea when we get there. But it's really built around. I guess their fishing economy. So it's more like businesses and traders and markets, and there's some big buildings there, but it's mostly just import export kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right. Did you? Oh, let me explain this. Was there another? Did you have a neighboring village that you like traded goods with? Like you would collect, one thing, and they would collect another thing. And you trade them back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tapas is like that, but they trade all over. Like they get fish, and then they trade that fish all over to a lot of different places.
Okay. Puts his arms back up on the edge of the cart and just looks forward again.
Thanks for keeping an eye out for Kayth. You did a good job.
No problem. It's the...
You don't have to say. You don't have to finish that. This is the least we can do to help you.
And his head will sort of just rest on his arm and look forward.
Did you... I don't think my friend ever told you her name. She's up there. She's leading us. Did she ever say her name?
I mean, I've heard it at this point. And her name's Mom.
But she didn't introduce herself to you.
That's okay.
But you know her name's Moss, right?
And she can talk to Muley now.
She can, yeah. Can you do anything cool?
No.
Okay. I just, that's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna lay down now. And you're gonna see Dagon just right at like the front of the cart, just lay down, arms at his side, straight up, like a dead body. And just look at the sky and the clouds. And he just kind of stares. And you see him just eyes wide open staring. And then he says, I can't close my eyes.
Do they feel okay?
You look, you look and you see like a muscle strain here, but there's just nothing happening.
Okay. Hold on. And RaRa will get into the back of the cart a little bit and she'll get a water skin.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna put a little water on your eyes because they're probably just dry. Ready?
Okay.
I'll just try to drop a couple drops in each eye.
Non-medicine RaRa takes a water skin. I'm just gonna do it.
I have a +3 medicine, DM.
Oh, please roll a medicine check.
I'm a powerful healer. Oh!
So instead of just dumping water in both eyes, you just very slightly, boop, and like little drizzle, and they hit both of his eyes, and you'll see it just sort of just splash, and like it just hits, right? Like psh, no reaction from him whatsoever, just psh.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as his eyelids will start to close, and you hear like a sort of like when something's extremely dirty and it's just gotten like crusted over. You wet it and you're able to sort of pull it, and like the clay of like the dirt, shatters a bit, and you see that, and you see this like buildup of like dirt and clay on like the corners of his eyes, like here, but his eyes will close. And you see him, and he smiles.
RaRa will smile a little bit and just give him a little pat on the shoulder, and then she'll scoot back over by Fizzi and watch him draw.
all of that happens.
GM, how far is it to Tapas from where we were?
Oh, you guys are a couple hours.
It's long,
away.
yeah. It's a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there more you wanted to do, good sir? Or are you just taking this whole time to design?
Yeah, and like as I'm going through it, Robin's right next to me. I'm going to explain it. Like, I haven't figured out a name for him yet, but anyways, I want to build us a buddy, you know, a friend,
Like a big buddy.
like a big buddy, like our big buddy.
Like
You
your
know,
little buddy, but
everybody's big to me, so
right.
yeah.
That seems like a lot of moving parts.
Well, if anybody can do it, Fizzi can. This goes back.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool if you can pull it off. And this guy's just gonna like be on his own, or do you like ride in it?
Attaches onto Muley's back.
Oh no, he'll have his own legs.
Are you gonna be able to like tell it not to kill people, Fizzi?
Oh no, I will. He he's gonna be here to help us.
Just seems like, you know, a living suit of armor might be dangerous if it didn't have any rules to follow.
Well,
First rule of robotics.
don't you worry, RaRa. I'll take care of everything.
You guys continue your... Whoa. Forgot to do this. I had carriage sounds and I forgot. It's okay.
I guess Moss and Kayth need scenes now.
So, you guys are traveling through the forest and headed back to Tapas. You will eventually make it back to the same area that you heard the guttural bear noises from before. And you begin to slow down.
Boss, can you talk to owl bears?
I don't know.
Let's hope that we don't have to, you know, do any of that.
Moss, if you could please make a perception check with advantage, knowing what you are looking for.
First one's a 19. Second one's an 18.
Nice. Moss, you slow down. You sort of get Muley to slow down, and you start looking around, hearing. It's very quiet here. Before, when you guys came through here, you could sort of feel that something was around. And when you hit the water, even heard something. But the stream seems very still and quiet. And even small animals have returned to the area. Whatever was here doesn't seem to be anymore.
That doesn't seem good.
Maybe somebody else did it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I hope they didn't hurt it.
Would you guys?
I was a little worried. The last time it got this quiet, we got our asses beat.
I mean, we can look around here real quick, Moss. Maybe we can, if you want to.
It wouldn't hurt to just do a quick look around.
All right, you guys can slow down Muley and take a moment to investigate the area. Whoever would like to look around, please give me investigation checks.
I have a +5.
I have a 0. I'll help you.
0. I'll help you.
RaRa will help Kayth if Kayth wants to look around. We'll split into 2 groups.
Let me see it.
Let's
Fizzi.
I guess. Sorry.
go.
Yeah. I
Let's
should have
go.
A 9?
David, you got a 9.
I did.
He's
Oh.
happy about it. And but you have
You have
advantage, so
advantage.
you roll again.
That's a lot better.
Oh, let me see you search. Anyway,
That's a lot better.
lot better. Well, the 4 of you will split into 2 groups, leaving Dagon and Sable at the cart with Muley. Guys will start searching the area. Kayth and RaRa, you guys are looking around, and before, when you hit the water with something, you heard something. So first instinct,
Maybe toss a little pebble in.
yeah. You do it. You wait for a second. Nothing. Fizzi and Moss, the 2 of you will begin to search around for a little while. And you will find some tracks and what looks like a bit of feed. You notice that there are very large footprints and smaller footprints that look just like it that
Oh no.
lead away from the stream and deeper into the forest.
Are there any like tracks from like man?
You won't
Agreed.
you will notice that nearby there is a what looks like left over a sort of what are these called? Sack bag? What are they made of?
Sack bag.
Burlap sack.
Burlap?
Yes, burlap. You see this sort of burlap sack about it was about this big, but it's been emptied and cut open and says like feed on one side. You will see on the back where it's cut, property of, and you see, because it's kind of cut into the name, but you see the letters DEN.
In a row? Like that's how
Yeah, like
they-
there's letters in front of it. Well, at least you know that there's something in front of it, but it's cut right there where the like burlap is torn apart. So the only thing you can get is you see property of something, but the only letters you get is DEN.
Got it.
And you get the feeling, because you can sort of see like bits of the feed that wasn't eaten, that is trailed out deeper into the forest, and the tracks will eventually sort of disappear, and they don't seem to come back. You please make a nature check, Moss and Fizzi. And one of you can
What's
help
your-
the other if you want.
What's your nature?
2.
+3.
What the fuck? I'll help you. Are you
Little,
How
Oh,
you doing?
it is intelligence. so.
little Navy boy out here. If you please could.
hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Fizzi, you guys are like looking at this, and Moss is sort of like, oh my gosh, what's, oh my god, not really kind of putting it together, like, but it's like pointing out the things.
Mm.
And Fizzi, you would be able to recognize from what's going on here, because often you would, when on a ship, you know, you would dock at places and learn some tricks from other people and hear some stories. This very much looks like somebody who moved the owl bears to some other location away from the cave, but you do not see any sort of signs of struggle, indicating that you think whoever did this has convinced the owl bear to go somewhere else.
Gotcha. No, it looks like they lured it away.
Away from their cave?
Yeah, deeper in the forest.
Yeah, that's a good. Is the out of game? Is the cave like? Did it look like it appeared to be the
I
owlbears,
said
or is
cave
it just you did
because
say-
I could just say home or where
Got
it
it.
was, but
Yeah.
cave, that's where bears sleep, you
Yeah.
know. So, but wherever it was before, it is not here anymore, and it seems to be led away the tracks from where you know the farmland and such to be.
So that's good, right, Fizzi?
Yes,
They're safe.
they're safe.
Okay.
We don't
What
know
was
that at
that
all. I'm
Fizzi
not
said
there.
that they're safe.
Is there,
Alright.
They were safe when they went that way.
is there a skippable spot on this stream, DM?
Oh yeah, it's
Skip a rock.
yeah. If you wanted to,
I try to skip a rock.
athletics check.
It's not a throw.
You're
To
throwing
hit the water.
You're
To hit the
throwing.
AC of the water.
I can either make you do a hit, but you're not trying to hit it. You're trying to skip it.
It just goes straight in.
You're like you line it up like I've seen other kids do this, and it just goes like you try to hit the water. It just goes, eventually hitting like the side of the bank and then falling into the water. Kayth, you saw that.
Nice.
I've seen it done before. I've never tried it.
Right.
It's nobody.
I'm
ever,
gonna try to skip mine, but-
Nobody ever really showed me how to do it. So
Can I use sleight of hand to make it skip? Because I feel like it's not athletics because you're not trying to use strength. You're trying to like hit it at the right angle.
If you've ever heard a professional rock skipper, they're yeeting them things hard.
Yeah, but it's not about the strength though.
Athletics check.
Just fucking kangaroo fucking court. Ah.
So Kayth goes to throw one. He throws it, right? But it's kind of like bowling when you let go too early and it just goes
And then the me people do one of those jump up and spin, and they're like, ah!
you hear some animals.
yes, it's pretty hard, huh?
Yeah. Maybe we're doing something
Fizzi
wrong.
wants to try
Technique.
now.
Yeah, I want to try too.
Let's go. We'll
Mo-
never speak.
Moss
again.
and Fizzi, you guys are like at the cart and you noticed you heard them talking a little and you're like, what? You heard the katana, you're like, what? You guys look over the cart, you see Kayth try, and both of you watch it happen. Kayth and RaRa, you're like, all right, time to go back. You look up. You see them, see you see them.
Watch this, Kayth, and RaRa will take a rock, and she'll act like she throws it, and then she'll just prestidigitate rings across the.
Insight check. I'm serious.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Give me an insight check, Joey.
What's your passive
spell?
perception,
What's your
bitch?
spell save? Oh,
Talk to me, Goose.
What do you want, DM?
So first, give me your spell save DC, RaRa.
Spells.
And then
Passive
Moss,
insight. There's a
13.
passive
give me
insight.
Moss, give me your passive insight. So passive insight is what's your
insight?
yeah, it's 10
It's
plus
on your
whatever
sheet.
the skill is.
There's a
Yeah, it should be bottom
there's a
left.
box in your senses box
She's looking
underneath
like
your saving throw box.
she's looking like Muley right now.
Above your proficiency and training box.
Am I just gonna go look at it?
I don't see it.
What's your
What
plus
the
to insight?
fuck?
What's your plus to insight?
2.
Ah, so
Okay,
12.
add 10.
12. Oh, wait, that's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay, so no, she thinks you beat it by 1. So Moss, you see it, and you see the ripples on the water.
But
You
I don't
don't-
see a fucking
You
rock.
don't see the rock though, but maybe it's moving so fast that you can't see it.
All right, Fizzi, we gotta try this.
My passive investigation's 15. Does that mean anything?
No, because you're not. It's a.
I'm not looking.
Yeah. She says she wants to try. Do you want to try, Fizzi?
Sure.
Athletics checks from the two of you. Oh, David gave a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fizzi comes up,
You're all.
tosses. Oh, Fizzi tosses it up a little and goes, "Shaboom," and you get a skip. And then Moss is like, oh yeah, throws it up really high, catches it, boom, and it goes all the way down.
I didn't have friends, guys.
RaRa looks over. RaRa looks over at Moss and's like, "Wow, that was really good." And she just tosses her the rock that's still in her hand.
I knew you didn't throw that.
Well,
She's gonna put the rock that RaRa threw her in her pocket.
oh, keeping rocks now.
I didn't have friends
Autism.
either.
So you guys will gather up your things, get back to the cart, and head back and continue to head back to Tapas, where eventually you will hear the excitement of the air of Tapas.
So we're coming up on town, DM.
Yes.
RaRa will pull a blanket out of one of the packs.
Okay.
And she'll just lay it over Dagon.
Still has his eyes closed, by the way.
Yeah.
It flops, drapes on him, and from under the blanket you hear, "What is on me?"
It's a blanket. We're gonna take you over to Brother Elric, so just trying to keep a low profile.
Okay. You guys are coming back into Tapas. As you do, spirits seem to be very high. Now the sun is beginning to come down. Actually, the sun's almost gone. You're just getting a bit of that last sunset light. And honestly, from coming into Tapas, from the west side. See, I knew it. It's astonishing. As the light just sort of hits the city, you're walking in and you start to see lanterns light up on like all these different houses and shops and stalls. You see people who seem very joyous, and there's also like these little area tables where people start to put together little lanterns, and you notice all of these like ships and sea and wind motifs, all these different things, and the lanterns are all decorated in them. The entire city has seemed to change since you guys have been gone, and there are definitely a bit more people here than before as well. Now, like I said, the sun is going down, so people are starting to go into places rather than be out on the street too much, except for, as you have made your way into town, you come up on the Grand Plaza, where the lanterns completely encase the circle fountain here in the Grand Plaza, all very nicely decorated. You guys see performers. You see fire tossers, fire dancers. You see some people who are playing music. You have some people who are doing like shell games and stuff, so it's a little bit different in areas. And one of them you will notice is the bard from before, the very hot blonde bard, who is currently doing his music in an area, but it is alive here in the Grand Plaza, even though the sun is beginning to set, almost as if they waited for it, because the dazzling of lights and show at night are even better. So it is starting to get really fun here, even before the fair, which you guys see tons of signs for. 2 more days, the 2nd of Akil, or the 2nd and 3rd of Akil, on different fair flyers and signs. The city is much different than what you left it. and you guys are now in the Grand Plaza with Muley, the cart, your bodies, all of you, here in the Grand Plaza, back in your home of Tapas. What are you guys doing? What is the first thing you'd like to do as you get back?
Take on to Brother Brotherman.
As we're coming into the Grand Plaza, RaRa sort of she's there with Dagon, and as we come into the plaza, she'll just like stand up in the cart, and her eyes are just wide and like the lantern lights glistening in them, and she's just sort of awestruck, like this is what she's been waiting for.
Fizzi, you got stacks of papers that you've been working on.
Yeah.
And you guys just now get back to Tapas. What are you doing as you see all of this?
The festival's in 2 days?
Correct. Tomorrow is a completely free day. It'll be Akil the 1st tomorrow, which is the day before the festivities begin.
Okay.
But tonight is also more of... I mean, there's still festivities happening. So it's lively here, but, you know, places are open. You've got time to do things.
Yeah, Fizzi's gonna probably work on our little buddy tomorrow. Our big buddy tomorrow. Fizzi's gonna get ready to have some fun after we all help out Dagon.
All right. So your guys' first stop is heading to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, as you guys try to make your way through the crowd and eventually, with cart in hand and everything, will make it to the steps just outside of where you enter to go to the temple, you'll notice the quest board to your left, which you guys can take a look at. And then the steps are before you.
Ooh.
You guys.
Yeah, we should probably take a look.
Guys.
Yeah.
How do we tell them that we killed all the zombies? Do we just say it? Hi, we killed all the zombies.
Someone should go to the barracks and turn the quest in. Well,
I'll go with Fizzi.
Some of us take care of Dagon.
Fizzi, come with.
Okay.
Fizzi and Kayth, you guys will head towards the barracks then. RaRa and Moss, you guys stand at the steps to enter the temple. Dagon has a blanket over his body.
Yeah, sort of shake his foot. Hey, you ready?
Yeah?
Keep that blanket on you, okay? Like, wear it as a cloak.
Fizzi.
Okay. And he'll... And he'll, you know, scoot himself off the cart and start standing, and he's got this blanket over top of his head, covering his body, and he's just holding it.
Ready, Moss?
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll head in.
You guys will begin to head inside. You'll watch as Dagon is looking around and now seeing everything you guys just saw.
Told you it was cool, huh?
You see him sort of start to stand up and look around, and his arms begin to drop.
No. Hey, keep it on till we're inside, okay?
Okay. And he'll just start to follow you again. Kayth and Fizzi, you guys will head down to the barracks, which will take a little bit, but you guys will eventually get there. So we'll come. You guys will make it to the barracks, but we'll come right back to that. RaRa and Moss, you guys are inside. You guys are heading in, and you will get inside of the temple.
Brother, man! He's your favorite bard!
Yeah, you'll walk in, and like helping someone in one of the pews just turns around and looks towards you. Hello, RaRa and Moss. It's very nice to see you. It's been a little while.
Is there somewhere we can talk in private?
Yeah, this is
He'll look at you guys and look at the person who's followed you in. Look around. This is a safe place, but yes, I have private quarters that we can speak in.
Cool, let's go.
Yeah, I think that might be for the best.
Okay. He'll lead you to a different room off of the large welcoming area. You guys are walk in. He'll close the door. There's like a desk and some bookshelves in here, and actually there's a large shelving area with a bunch of scrolls on it.
Scroll library.
He'll come in. He'll sit down. So, what is it you'd like to talk about?
Okay, so before we tell you, just remember when I asked you why you're still around when there's no gods, and you were like, I just want to help people.
Yes, I remember that conversation. Yes.
I need you to keep that at the forefront of your mind. RaRa, take it away.
Okay, so do you remember the bounty? I don't know if you look at the bounty board, but there was a bounty posted for some roving undead outside of town.
Yes. His face
Okay.
turns a little concerning.
So we went to deal with it. It was some skeletons and some zombies, whatever, undead things lurk in the dark woods. That was the easy part. We got through that. Okay.
I cast a spell.
Moss did cast a spell. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Moss
Have
is
you-
gonna step in front of the door, so he can't run or anything.
There's also Dagon, who is sort of standing to the side, and you see Brother Alric is looking over at him.
So we
Does-
didn't really know anything about undead except for what Kayth told us because he's well learned. Have you ever heard of like a zombie that was like able to keep its sentience, soul intact, I guess?
And he'll sort of stand up from his chair, looking over at you guys and looking at this person with the cloak on them. I have done a many of travels, and I have sort of seen something like that, but usually not in a good way.
See,
most of the
it's not
time-
unnormal.
Most of the time, undead do not have any sort of consciousness. I mean, of course, there's stories and things of the like. You'll see him sort of head over to the scroll shelves, and he's looking through. And
Well, this is gonna be, Brother Ulrich. He's not surprised that I actually called him by his name.
We're all surprised.
This must be serious, RaRa.
So, this is someone we found in the dark woods, and we said we'd try to help him if we could. This is Dagon Ellert.
Dagon will
Dagon-
step forward, put his head up, and drop the blanket, and will stand there before Brother Alric.
So
Brother
could you tell
Alric
us
will-
those stories?
Brother Alric will look at him, look at the two of you. You'll see him pull a scroll from the wall and off the shelf. He looks down at Dagon.
Dagon, you can say hi.
Dagon just sort of stares at him, but his eyes are wide. And Brother Alric looks down on him. And Brother Alric will begin to open up the scroll. And you will see Dagon sort of look towards Brother Alric, and he'll say, You're a man of the sun. And he'll point towards the sun on his chest, the pendant. And you'll see Brother Alric look at Dagon, and his face changes. And you see more of this. You see the same face and posture that he gave you when he spoke of why he still continues what he does. At first, he had this very concerned look on his face when he started talking. And up until the point before Dagon talked, he looked almost scared. But then after Dagon speaks, it settles back, and you see that hope in his eyes. And Brother Alric will close the scroll and put it back up on the shelf. And he'll look at the scrolls and look back. You said your name is Dagon Ellert. Yeah, that's my name. Have a seat, Dagon, and let us talk.
Is there any way I could see which scroll he had to begin with, the one he put back?
There's so many on the wall. But
So, like,
it's possible. What's your passive perception?
14.
wouldn't you like to
We're
know?
both 14. Moss and I are both
14.
14.
You will notice on your way to the barracks that there were almost double the guards everywhere, as they are having to protect and keep track of a lot more in the city over the next couple of days. But you guys will be able to make it to the barracks. Persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, that's not the right thing. Cool.
Ah! Not
Add to the
20!
sheet.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, you say that, Fizzi, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so much off of our plate. That's huge, especially with the festival coming up." Wow, Fizzi, and he'll come up and grab your arm and your hand. You've done great work. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Captain. No problem, Captain.
This is a huge help. Here, you have the quest. Thank you. He'll take that. He'll head back over to his desk. You'll see he gets under it. You hear some stuff. Something clicks and opens. You hear him pouring coins. And let me go find this quest really quick so I don't give out more than I need to.
I think you should on that.
All right. Yeah, you'll hear him pouring. And all right, and you'll hear the closing. And he'll stand up, and he's got a big old pouch, big pouch. Well, you deserve every bit of coin for this. Honestly, thank you so much, Fizzi. Here, he'll hand this to you. Drop it off.
Thanks, Captain.
I gave you a bit of extra for your hard work. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Can't wait to. You know if there are any new quests up? Yeah, we forgot to check on our way in.
Oh, yes, I do believe a new quest did just go up from one of the old adventurers here in town, and actually he just put that up after completing the owlbear quest, I believe. So he put something up if you'd like to go check that. But as of right now, there's nothing else. And he'll sort of look back at his desk. But if something else does come up, I'll come to you directly. You guys are staying at the
Thank you.
Sailor's Rest still?
Yes, sir.
I'll make sure I do then. Thank you again so much. This is a big weight off of our chests, seeing as the festival's here.
It's the least we could do. Thanks, Captain.
Thank you. You will leave his office. Kayth, it was very easy. You just had to stand there. You didn't have to do anything. He also nods to you. Thank you. And Roving Undead will move from your active quest to your completed quest. And that is 50 times your level, 150 XP for you guys.
Wait.
So make sure to put that in.
man.
Now, however, one of your active quests is moving to failed quests, as you did not complete
Somebody
that
else
quest.
did it.
Right. But you did not complete it, so it is in your failed quests. The Owlbear Menace.
You said 150 XP?
150 XP, yes. And as you guys are leaving the barracks, if you decide to count what is in the pouch... real quick before I do that, Fizzi, the gold that you had tried to give Creed, I gave that back to you, because he did not take that gold after being thrown the gemstones. So I already put it back in your inventory. Just so you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I fucked this up. Should we be at 150 even?
You should be
Yes.
at 900 plus 150.
We should be at 1,050.
Oh, okay, then I
There
didn't.
you go. Okay.
I thought it was. I didn't know it carried over.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, as you are leaving, if you decide to count what's in there, or if, you weigh it, whatever.
I count
you
every
will find-
single last coin.
I'll swipe
As you
it.
guys are making your way back to the temple, you will count that there is 200 gold pieces in here.
Holy balls.
It's your biggest,
We're rich!
your biggest payday yet.
So we get 50 gold each.
Yeah.
You guys continue to head back to the temple. Back to the temple. So, like I said, Dagon and Brother Alric were starting to talk and have some conversation. And RaRa and Moss, what are you doing during that? Are you just listening, or...
Or is he retreading the same stuff, or?
Essentially, yes. He's going through everything he's told you already. What you guys did, because he's asked.
Is there a window
what
on the
comes up-
office where I can look out at the square and
Yes.
see what's going on?
Yes, very much so.
I'm watching.
Okay. But essentially rehashes everything you guys have talked to Dagon about. And then a little bit more, sort of like, how do you feel? What's it like right now? Where, blah, 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 blah. But mostly stuff that you guys have already talked about, and a little bit more about sort of how he's feeling, which again, you sort of talked about again already. But eventually he'll tell Dagon, give me a moment. And he will come to the two of you. So obviously this is a very different situation.
We didn't know what else to do. We figured it was best to come talk to you.
I don't know if that was the best thing to do, but I think it was a good option.
What do
At
you think we
first-
should have did? Done.
Be honest, Moss. I don't know what the right answer would have been, but you knew that I would potentially help. And at first I may not have been wanting to, but something about that kid made me want to help. Maybe it's because the two of you brought him. Maybe it's how he recognized the sun pendant, but I don't know. Either way, I want to help Dagon. I don't know how. Or even how we're going to keep him hidden at the moment. But
Well, there's the spare room downstairs, right? Could he stay down there?
that's actually a great idea. I can have it made up with a bed and other things for him. And
He doesn't eat or drink or
the
sleep. So,
Really?
yeah, well, as far as we know.
Could change over time, who knows? And really the only people who access the basement is myself and other close clergymen, which, they'll follow whatever I tell them, and I will only let the most trusting of people help. But for now, that's the best we can do. And as long as nobody ventures into the basement, we should be fine. And we can keep Dagon safe, and I can research how to help him. Or at least why he's like this.
I don't want him to feel like he's a prisoner.
Right.
That's a good point. I will find a way. I do know some people who may be able to help me give Dagon a disguise. I'll start there. For the first day or two, he'll be down there, but after that, hopefully we can find a way for him to come out into the light. I also do not want him to feel like a prisoner. He's already been through so much. Well, we have a plan at least. Obviously, you can all come back anytime and say hello to Dagon. That's the best I have. Is that what you guys think we should do? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And Dagon, you'll hear him. I think that's a good idea. And you all look at Dagon. And Brother Alec looks back to the two of you. All right. We've got a plan. And just in time for the festival. The two of you can leave whenever you'd like. But when you guys leave, Kayth and Fizzi will also arrive at the same time to the cart. So all four of you can meet back at the cart with Muley and see the quest board. But it looks like RaRa has one more thing.
Yeah, can I go up to Dagon before I head out?
100%.
Okay. Should just sort of kneel down next. He's still in the chair, right?
He got up to say that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so I'll stand. Hey, so I think you're gonna be okay here.
I think so too. I think I really trust him. I don't know if it's the son thing, but he seems very kind.
And in a couple days you can come visit us. We're in town, so we're over at the Sailor's Rest when you get that figured out. And if you look out this window, I've been looking out, you're gonna be able to see me perform during the fair. So, I'll be right there. Maybe I'll even stop in afterwards.
All right, I'll make sure to be looking. Thank you.
If you need anything before that, just let one of these guys know and they'll come find us, okay?
Okay. And he'll pick up the blanket and hand it back to you. Here.
As he does, RaRa she'll just give him a quick hug and pat him on the shoulder. And then she'll follow Mouse out.
You guys will leave. And again, as you leave the temple and make your way outside, the four of you reunite at the cart with Little Muley, just outside of the quest board.
Did you guys get it all taken care of?
Oh yeah. I'll hand each of them their 50 gold.
guys get handed 50 gold each.
I'm rich.
Well,
That was-
I suppose we have some planning to do, then getting ready for.
Can I look at the quest board?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I can do
Yeah,
that.
you just do that. You guys can just do that.
I just do that.
I'm really excited. I'm gonna put on a show like this town's never seen.
I'm excited to see it, RaRa.
Oh yeah.
How much time is tomorrow's the 1st?
Correct.
A lot of shopping to do tomorrow.
Speaking of shopping,
Did anyone look at
Look
the
at
quest board
this.
yet? Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Are you showing them the quest?
yeah, but
Okay.
it's not letting me click on it again, so something's up.
You have to refresh it, but I'll just do this.
Thanks.
She shows you guys this quest.
Kayth, do you know anything about magical wards?
No.
Oh, me either.
I mean, I guess kind of a little bit in archaeology. I mean, sometimes you run up against magical words, but I'm not really adept at the magical realm. I could spot one probably and tell you there is one, but that seems like something more RaRa would know. Or Fizzi. Probably Fizzi. Seems similar to some of the stuff he would do.
Yeah, I don't know any words.
Well, I mean, just because you don't know them doesn't mean you're not familiar with them and how they work.
Fizzi and Kayth, there's something else you know about this quest.
Is it Mithras
Oh.
Eldon?
So, the guy that has this quest is the one that convinced the Elvers to leave.
I want to talk to him.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's late now.
Yeah.
2 in the morning, right?
See,
Yeah. We have a empty day tomorrow, no plans.
I can get my shopping done early. I've got to get the orders in the morning anyway, so.
All right, then the four of you will start heading back to the Sailor's Rest then.
Mhm.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Do you guys think Marin misses us when we're gone?
Yeah,
Probably.
of course.
Especially
Alright.
RaRa.
As you guys are walking towards the Sailor's Rest, you're going to hear RaRa, Chiro, and the lot of you.
Fuck off.
You guys will see Creed the Ironclad as he approaches the four of you. And he'll put up his hands. I'm not here for any sort of roughhousing. I'm
Good.
only here to give you back your change. We only take what is debted to us. No more, no less. And he starts reaching behind himself.
I've ready my weapon.
We all take a fucking step back.
He reaches behind himself. He sees you all do that. Takes out a pouch. And he's going to toss it over to you. That's it. Of
How much
course,
is
minus a small commission, but either way, your change. I hope that we don't have to have any more confrontations.
Any more what?
on fire?
Any more what?
Confrontation. Confrontation.
What?
It's hard in his voice, all right?
It's the tusks that make him.
Yeah. Any more confrontations? He's gonna keep saying it like that. Confrontations.
How much gold is in here?
He will then give a little curtsy, and he will turn around and walk away.
Yeah, you're lucky. I would have beat your ass.
And you see, okay, as he walks away, arm in the air, you'll see the pouch. It lays there. Go and pick it up. Mega dexterity save. No, just kidding. Can you imagine if he threw you a bomb? You open it up. You open up the pouch. You look inside.
Still no, you got gumption, kid.
This is the same size as the pouch you just got. This is 200 gold.
So technically the gems were mine, but I hand out 50 gold to each.
Oh my goodness.
Now, our adventurers laden with gold beyond their dreams at the moment. I mean, this is the most rich they've ever been, or maybe the most gold they've seen in one place. But they are ripe and ready for this festival to come. They have one day for preparation, and Fizzi's got something cooking up here. Who knows? But find out next week on the Adventures of Coralthea.